I didn't film anything today because I really wasn't expecting us to get very far. We were supposed to have rain. There's a cold front coming in, so it's getting cold. It's extremely windy, so I hope you can hear me. And we knocked the rest of this out in just a few hours. It took us less than 2 to do the north side of the siding, and it didn't take much. Took less than that. It took maybe an hour to do the east side. So it is fully sided. I do still need to go and put up the batten on each seam, but the siding is done. It looks absolutely beautiful. Let me show you around. So imagine the windows black. This is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Now, I started staining some boards before we started putting the siding up, and I changed my mind on doing that, and I thought I would spray it instead. But I am really loving all the different variations of color on the siding. So I don't know what I want to do, because I want to try to keep as much of this weathering and aging and texture as possible, just so it looks a lot older. And another thing I'm wondering is, do we even need to put the batten on? The batten will stop the wind from blowing through, because the boards are just up against each other, so sometimes there's like little cracks and stuff. So the batten will stop that, but I really like how old and aged this looks, and I'm wondering if the batten would make it more modernized looking. So I'm not quite sure what I want to do with that. So it's something I have to think about. I can leave it like this for as long as I want to. One of the things I'm thinking of is taking my stain that I had already bought. It's the same color as that, and then the peaks on the stone coop are that color as well. And I'm thinking of maybe mixing it with some just plain old clear of the same type of stain. It's like an oil that will seal the wood. I think it's called a penetrating oil, but I don't know for sure. And so I'm wondering if I mixed a gallon or 2 of that with the brown stain and then sprayed it, how that would look. I need to test it on some scraps to see, just so that this is a little darker and it doesn't look like fresh milled lumber. Obviously this isn't fresh, it's old, but it's a lot lighter and a lot fresher than, it's not out in the, it's not weather aged. That's the word I'm looking for. So, and then imagine these black. I think it's going to look absolutely beautiful. The door on here, I'm trying to figure out if I paint the door black and the trim white, or do I paint the trim black and the door a color? I might do that. That sounds like a good idea. So I'm not quite sure on there. And then here inside, I just have all these different ideas, so I don't quite know what to do. I was talking about possibly spray foam insulating this and then taking kind of the same wood but making it go sideways. That's definitely not something I'm going to do this year, unless I really get a bee in my bonnet this winter. But it just is something I'm thinking of doing. If I did that, I really wouldn't need to worry about the batten, because the spray foam insulation would stop the breeze from going through all the little cracks. So all these different thoughts going through my head. I need to think about it and ponder it for a little bit before I make any permanent decisions. We got the big part done. Next is the roof and installing the windows. So I really need to get going on painting those windows. And man, that's gonna look amazing. I love it. So I've been down here painting windows to go in the greenhouse. and it's slow going, and it's an oil base, so it's not drying very fast. If I would have started painting these a week ago when it was really hot out, I think it would have dried a lot quicker, but oh well, it is what it is. Those are gonna look gorgeous. I bought extra paint so I can touch up the windows on the stone coupe so that it looks all nice and fresh when we're done with all this. So I feel like we are very, very, very close. We have to install the ceiling, we have to install the door, and then we have to install all these windows here. We are supposed to get a lot of rain this afternoon. We actually were supposed to get tons of rain all day, and so my parents came out and we thought, you know what, even if we get 2 boards on for siding, at least we're 2 boards closer, and we ended up getting it all finished. So that was amazing. I really want to take 2 of these windows and go put them in just so I can see what it looks like, but I know that it'll leave fingerprints, and they're really tacky right now, so they'll get covered in dust, especially with as windy as it is, so that's probably not the best idea, but my patience is getting the best of me. So that is it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.